Hey there, and welcome to another session of ontariomath. And today we're going to work with tree diagrams in probability. Why do we want to make tree diagrams? Well, it's a good visual that allows you to see the possibilities and figure out the probability. So by drawing it out and writing it out, you can kind of see and count your way to figure out the probability of an event. Especially some of them that are a little bit trickier. It helps even me figure out things. So I'll kind of go through the steps. I won't read it necessarily word for word, but you can read it on the side as I'm doing it, doing the problems to help you figure it out. So I'll go through the problem, and you can read along the side of the steps if you want, and have a listen. So if you flip two coins, what is the probability of flipping heads on both? So to start off with, I'm going to list off all the probabilities and possibilities for the first event, which is flipping one of the coins, right? So I'll just label it. You don't have to label it, but I'm just labeling my first event here. So if I have two coins, what's the probability of flipping heads on both? Well, let's flip one of them. So in the first coin, I have a possibility of a head or a tail, right? And so it's either going to come up heads or tails, right? Right now it's a 1 in 2 chance. But I'm going to be flipping two coins, right? So I have to figure out the second event as well. So here's the second coin. So I'll kind of label the second column. And I'll branch out from here. So if I first flip a head, I can also, on the second coin, flip a tail. And I could also flip a head, right? And if I flip a tail on the first one, on the second coin, I could flip a tail again. Or I could flip a head. So there are my two coins. So now that I've done the two coins, I can use the tree diagram to figure out the probability of flipping heads on both. So I skipped directly to step 4 because there's only two events happening. So I'm going to use the tree diagram to figure out what the probability is. So I'm going to figure out what the denominator is in my fraction to figure it out. And by doing that, I'm just going to be counting the amount of events or the amount of possibilities in the second column here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So my denominator is 4, right? And I can figure out what the probability of flipping heads on both. Well, the first one is heads, tails, right? Heads, tails, but that's not it. The second one is heads, heads. Third one is tails, tails, and this one is tails, heads. So actually, for heads, heads, flipping heads on both, I only have one event, one possibility here. So my fraction is 1 out of 4, right? One of them out of 4. Okay, so let's try another one. If you have a die in a coin, so one of the dice, I guess, what is the probability of rolling a 2 and flipping a tail? So my first column, again, I'm going to list all the possibilities. So I'm going to let's start with the die, right? So my possibilities is rolling a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6, okay? And the second event would be rolling, flipping a tail. So my second event is flipping a tail. So this means for the first roll, I have a head and a tail. The second, rolling a 2, sorry, is a head or a tail. Rolling a 3, I have a head and a tail. Rolling a 4, I have a head and a tail option. Rolling a 5, a head and a tail. And rolling a 6, a head and a tail. I don't have too much room on this screen here. So I have to figure out what the probability of rolling a 2 and flipping a tail. Well, here are all my choices, all my possibilities. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So my denominator is 12. Now I have to figure out the probability of rolling a 2 and flipping a tail. So I can ignore the rest, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to focus on the 2 here. And I have two choices, 2 heads, right? But that's not it, right? I need a 2 and a tail, 2 and a tail, 2 and a tail. And look, there's only one possibility of 2 and a tail. So my probability is actually only 1 out of 12. 12 possibilities, and only one actually fits the criteria, what I want. And there you go. There's a fairly quick step-by-step tutorial of how to use tree diagrams in probability to help you solve it. I hope that helped. Have a good night.